we shall do some reinforcement problems on module 4. So the first problem is on RH criterion. A feedback control system has the characteristic equation s to the power 6 plus 2s to the power 5 plus 9s to the power 4 plus 16s cube plus 24s square plus 32s plus 16 equal to 0. Find 1. System stability. 2. Number of roots on j omega axis, comma, LHS and RHS of the S plane. Solution. The roots array is s to the power 6, s to the power 5, s to the power 4, s cube, s square, s to the power 1, s to the power 0. This is 1. Coefficient of s to the power 6 is 1. Coefficient of s to the power 4 is 9. Coefficient of s square is 24. Coefficient of s to the power 0 is 16. 1, 9, 24, 16. This is 2. Coefficient of s to the power 5 is 2. Coefficient of s cube is 16. Coefficient of s to the power 4 is, s to the power 1 is 32. So the first two rows have been entered from the given characteristic equation. 1, 9, 24, 16, 2, 16, 32, nil. So this element is what? Is 2 into 9 minus 1 into 16 divided by 2. This is 1. 2 into 9 is 18 minus 16 is 2. 2 by 2 is 1. Next, this element. 2 into 24 minus 1 into 32 divided by 2. So 2 into 24 is 48. 48 minus 32 is 16. 16 by 2 is 8. So this is 8. Next element. 2 into 16 minus 1 into 0 divided by 2 is equal to 16. This is nil. Next element, this one. 1 into 16 minus 2 into 8 minus 2 into 8 is 2 into 8, this is 0. 1 into 16 minus 2 into 8, 16 minus 16, 0. 1 into 32 minus 2 into 32, 0. This is called null row. So what is A of S? A of S is the auxiliary equation. This is formed using the elements above the null row. What it is? 1 into s to the power 4 plus 8 into s square plus 16 into s to the power 0 equal to 0. So this implies s square plus 4. So this is s to the s square plus 4. So what is the factorization of this? This is s to the power 4 plus 8s square plus 16 equal to 0. Now using this equation we have to find the roots of the characteristic equation that lie on the, this is 1, 8, 16. What is this? This is nothing but s square plus 4 whole square equal to 0. Okay. This gives s is equal to s square plus 4 whole square equal to 0. That means s square plus 4 into s square plus 4 is equal to 0. This implies s is equal to plus minus j2 comma plus minus j2. That means roots are repeated. Okay, roots are repeated on j omega axis. Next, I call this as equation 1. This is formed using the elements above null row. Using the elements above null row. Differentiating equation 1, differentiating A of S with respect to S. Differentiating A of S with respect to S gives what I say, 4s cube plus 16s equal to 0. Next what we do, again write this, replace the elements of the null row by coefficient of s cube, which is 4, coefficient of s to the power 1 is 16. So coefficient of s to the power 3 is 4, write this once again, coefficient of s to the power 1 is 16. Next, how to calculate this? A 4 into 8 is 32, 32 minus 16 is 16, 16 divided by 4 is 4. This is 4 into 16 minus 1 into 0 by 4 is what? 16. Nil. Next is, again these two elements are 0. Okay. Again form A of s is equal to, this is the null row now, this is the null row. A of s is equal to 4s square plus 16. This implies dA of s by ds is equal to 8s. So this 0 is replaced by 8. This 0 is replaced by 8. Write it once again. 0 is replaced by 8. This is nil. So 8 into 16 minus 4 into 0 by 8 is 16. Let 4s square plus 16 be equal to 0. This implies s square plus 4 is equal to 0. This implies s is equal to plus minus j2. So now the situation is, there are 6 roots of the characteristic equation. 4 roots are on the j omega axis. 4 roots are on the j omega axis. No sign change in the first column, therefore 2 roots are on the left hand side, no roots on the right hand side. The situation is like this. Situation is like this. No sign change is observed. No sign change is observed in the first column. No sign change is observed in the first column of the roots array. Hence, no roots of the given characteristic equation lie on the right hand side of the S plane. Our situation is like this. S plane is a complex plane and real axis sigma, imaginary axis j omega. There are two roots at plus j2, 2 roots at minus j2. 4 roots, correct? 2 roots on left hand side of the S plane. Out of 6 roots, 2 roots are on the left hand side of the S plane. 4 roots on j omega axis. Here 2 roots, here 2 roots. So out of 6 roots, 4 roots on j omega axis, 2 roots on RHS of the S plane, no roots. 2 roots on LHS of the S plane, no roots on the RHS of the S plane. On the RHS of the S plane. We'll go to next problem now. See, in this problem, 2 times the null row has appeared. About in the previous problem, system stability I did not tell. Since multiple roots lie on j omega axis, that means at one location there is more than one root. Multiple roots lie on j omega axis. The closed loop control system is unstable. This aspect, stability we are answering. Since multiple roots lie on j omega axis, the closed loop control system is stable. We shall go to next problem. Next problem. A system oscillates with a frequency omega if it has poles at S is equal to plus minus j omega and no poles in the right hand side of the S plane. Determine the values of K and A so that the system oscillates with a frequency omega equal to 2 radians per second. The system is shown in the figure. K into S plus 1 divided by S cube plus AS square plus 2S plus 1. Very important problems. Let me read the problem. A system oscillates with a frequency omega if it has poles at plus minus j omega and no poles in the right hand side of the S plane. Determine the values of K and A so that the system oscillates with a frequency omega is equal to 2 radians per second. This problem will be solved using RH criterion, Routh-Hurwitz criterion. Solution. But in the examination it must strike to you that Routh-Hurwitz criterion has to be used. Solution. Since the problem is on an oscillator, the input is 0. That is what is given in this figure. The system characteristic equation is 1 plus g of s h of s equal to 0. This implies 1 plus k into s plus 1 divided by s cube plus as square plus 2s plus 1 equal to 0. This in turn implies s cube plus as square plus 2 plus k into s plus k plus 1 equal to 0. Form the Routh's array. This is s cube, s to the power 2, s to the power 1, s to the power 0, 1. Coefficient of s cube is 1. Coefficient of s is k plus 2. Coefficient of s square is a. Coefficient of s to the power 0 is k plus 1. So what is this element? This into this. That means a into k plus 2 minus 1 into k plus 1. The whole thing divided by a. This into this minus this into this by this. This is nil. This into this minus this into this by this means k plus 1. For roots to lie on j omega axis, right? The elements of the row corresponding to s to the power 1 must be 0. Because the coefficient of s cube cannot be 0, because the coefficients of s cube and s to the power 1, that is, the elements of the first row cannot be 0 because they have been entered from the given equation. Remember I told earlier, correct? Null row can be a row which has got odd power of s. So this can qualify as a null row, this can qualify as a null row. But this is ruled out because the elements of this row have been entered from the given characteristic equation. Therefore, only the row corresponding to s to the power 1 can be a null row. For roots to lie on j omega axis, the elements of the row corresponding to the s to the power 1 must be 0. Therefore, what we get? A into k plus 2 minus k plus 1 divided by a equal to 0. Cross multiply. You get cross multiply and simplify. You get a is equal to k plus 1 by k plus 2. This is equation 1. Corresponding a of s is equal to what? A of s is equal to a into s square plus k plus 1 is equal to 0. This implies s square is equal to minus k plus 1 divided by a. This implies s is equal to plus minus j root of k plus 1 divided by a is equal to plus minus j omega. Hence, omega is equal to root of k plus 1 by a is equal to 2. 2 is given in the problem. System oscillates. This is given in the problem. Given. Solving equations 1 and 2. Solving equations 1 and 2. K is equal to, I'll write down the answer. K is equal to 2 and A is equal to 0.75. This problem has been asked once in the examination. Previous question papers used to be very tough. Present day question papers are not that tough, but we cannot expect. Last time the field theory paper was very difficult. So keeping the difficulty in mind, all sorts of things I am working out in the class. Please go through these examples. Correct? Don't be lethargic. Pay attention. I don't know, you people are not attending the classes regularly. Really, it makes me feel very bad. But the show has to continue. Therefore, I am taking the classes. Next problem. Sketch the root locus plot. Sketch the root locus plot for g of s h of s is equal to k divided by s into s square plus 2s plus 2, k greater than 0. Solution. Step 1. Plot poles and zeros of g of s h of s on the s plane. What are poles? Roots of the denominator polynomial. S is equal to 0, comma s square plus 2s plus 2 equal to 0 implies s is equal to minus 1 plus minus j1. Zeros. No finite zeros. No finite zeros. Because there is no polynomial of s in the numerator of this transfer function. Let me plot poles and zeros now. This is S plane having real axis sigma, imaginary axis j omega. 1:2 scale we choose as usual, 1:2 scale. This is the pole at the origin. These two poles are complex poles. Minus 1 plus j1, minus 1 minus j1. At poles you write k is equal to 0. Where poles are there, you write k equal to 0. Second step. K is equal to 0 points are s is equal to 0, minus 1 plus minus j1. K equal to infinity points are s is equal to infinity, infinity, infinity. There are no finite zeros. Therefore, all the three zeros are at infinity. Next step. A branch of the root locus. A branch of the root locus always starts on a pole. Pole means k equal to 0 and ends on is 0. 0 means k equal to infinity. Fourth one. Number of branches of the root locus is equal to p or z, comma whichever is greater is equal to 3. Next step. A point on the real axis will lie on the root locus if number of poles plus zeros equals an odd number to the right of the point considered. To the right of the point considered. You take a point here, see to right only one pole, no zeros, 1 plus 0 is 1, odd number, root locus will lie here. If you see the right of this, you get 2 plus 1 equal to 3 poles, no zeros, again 3 is an odd number, therefore entire negative real axis will be the root locus. Entire negative real axis will be the root locus on the real axis. A point on the real axis will lie on the root locus if number of poles plus zeros equals an odd number to the right of the point considered. Next we'll go to asymptote calculations. Sixth one. number of asymptotes. Number of asymptotes is equal to P minus Z is equal to 3 minus 0 equal to 3. What is centroid? Sigma A is equal to summation finite poles minus summation finite zeros divided by P minus Z. 0 minus 1 plus J1 minus 1 minus J1, no zeros, divided by 3 minus 0. Minus 2 by 3 means minus 0.66. Phi A is equal to 2Q plus 1 into 180 degrees divided by P minus Z. Q takes values 0, 1, 2. Since there are 3 asymptotes, Q takes 3 values 0, 1, 2. So I will create a small table. Here I will write Q, here I will write phi A. Phi A in degrees. When Q is 0, what is P? P is 3, Z is 0. When Q is 0, phi A is 60 degrees. When Q is 1, phi A is 180 degrees. When Q is 2, phi A is 300 degrees or minus 60 degrees. So this is sigma A is equal to minus 0.66. This is the asymptote. Asymptote S1. This makes an angle of 60 degrees. This is the next asymptote which makes an angle of 180 degrees. That means this axis itself is asymptote 2. This is asymptote 3. This makes an angle of minus 60 degrees. So the 3 asymptotes have been shown in this figure. Next step. A root locus is always symmetrical. A root locus is always symmetrical with respect to real axis. Next step, to find breakaway points. To find breakaway points. The system characteristic equation is 1 plus g of s h of s equal to 0. This implies 1 plus k divided by s into s square plus 2s plus 2 equal to 0. This implies s cube plus 2s square plus 2s plus k equal to 0. This implies k is equal to minus s cube minus 2s square minus 2s. dk by ds equal to 0 implies minus 3s square minus 4s minus 2 equal to 0. What are the roots of this equation? Roots of this equation are s is equal to minus 0.66 plus minus j 0.7 complex roots. So let me calculate the value of k at s is equal to minus 0.66 plus j 0.71. If you calculate the value of k, you get 0.53 plus j 0.41. The value of k is complex. Value of k at s is equal to minus 0.66 minus j 0.71. You get 0.53 minus j 0.41. The value of k at a breakaway point should be real and positive. The value of k at a breakaway point should be real and positive. In the present case, the values of k are complex. Therefore, no breakaway points for this problem. The value of k at a breakaway point should be real and positive. Hence, no breakaway points. No breakaway points. No breakaway points. Next, we'll calculate the angle of departure because we have got complex poles. To find phi d. Phi d is the angle of departure. Again, we'll make the pole 0 plot. S plane is a complex plane, having real axis sigma, imaginary axis j omega. This is the pole at the origin. These are the two complex poles. The real part of these two complex poles is -1. The imaginary parts are plus j1 and minus j1. We want to find the angle of departure of this pole. Therefore, to this pole, you draw vectors from the remaining poles and zeros. These are the vectors. This angle is phi p1. Phi p1 is 90 degrees. This angle is phi p2. This angle is alpha. Phi p2 is 180 degrees minus alpha. What is alpha? Alpha is tan inverse of opposite side is 1, adjacent side is 1. Tan inverse of 1 is 45 degrees. So you get phi p2 is equal to 135 degrees. Now use the formula. Angle of departure of the pole at S is equal to minus 1 plus j1 is equal to 180 degrees minus sigma angle made by poles minus sigma angle made by zeros is equal to 180 degrees minus sigma angle made by poles means phi p1 plus phi p2. There are no zeros, therefore the summation is 0. Phi p1 is 90 degrees, phi p2 is 135 degrees. So you get minus 45 degrees. Angle of departure is minus 45 degrees. Hence, angle of departure of the pole at S is equal to minus 1 minus j1 is equal to plus 45 degrees. This is how the angles of departure of these two poles are computed. So each step has got marks in the examination, work out neatly. Next step, to find intersection points, on j omega axis and the range of k for closed loop stability and the range of k for closed loop stability. To find the intersection points on the j omega axis and the range of k for closed loop stability. The system characteristic equation is 1 plus k divided by s into s square plus 2s plus 2 equal to 0. This gives you s cube plus 2s square plus 2s plus k is equal to 0. S plane, as I said, is a complex plane having real axis sigma, imaginary axis j omega. You take a point on the real axis, on the right hand side. What is S is equal to sigma plus j omega. Sigma is greater than 0. You take a point on the left side. Again the equation is S is equal to sigma plus j omega, but sigma is less than 0. You take a point on the imaginary axis. S is j omega, and sigma is 0. So if you want to find intersection point on j omega axis, right, you have to put here S is equal to j omega. Okay. Letting S is equal to j omega gives minus j omega cube minus 2 omega square plus 2 j omega plus k is equal to 0. This implies k minus 2 omega square plus j into 2 omega minus omega cube is equal to 0 plus j0. Equating real and imaginary parts. Equating real and imaginary parts on both sides. On both sides we get k minus 2 omega square equal to 0 is equation 1, and omega into 2 minus omega square equal to 0 is equation 2. Since omega cannot be equal to 0, we get 2 minus omega square equal to 0. This implies omega is equal to plus minus root 2 radians per second. We get omega is equal to plus minus root 2 radians per second. From equation 1, k is equal to 2 omega square. Omega equals what? Plus minus root 2. So 2 into 2 is equal to 4. Now we'll come to the sketching. There is no locus on there is no breakaway point. There is no breakaway point on the real axis. So this pole has to go along AS1 to meet the 0 at s equal to infinity. This pole has to go along asymptote AS3 to meet the 0 at infinity. This pole will go coalescing asymptote AS2 to meet the 0 at s equal to infinity. This is branch number 1, going towards the 0 at s equal to infinity. This is branch number 2. This is asymptote 1, branch number 2. This is j root 2. Value of k is 4. This is the angle of departure. This angle of departure is minus 45 degrees. This goes to meet the 0 at infinity. K is increasing in the direction of the arrow. At the pole the value of k is 0. At the intersection point on j omega axis the value of k is 4. This will go symmetric. This pole will go symmetrically along AS3. This goes towards k tending to infinity. This intersection point is minus j root 2 and value of k is 4. This angle of departure is plus 45 degrees. So the speciality of this problem is there is no breakaway point. Therefore, this pole has to go along AS1. Symmetry demands this pole to go along AS3. This pole will go along AS2 to meet the zeros at infinity. For closed loop control system, for closed loop control system to be stable, k should be greater than 0, less than 4. For this range of k, the root locus remains on the left hand side of the S-plane. For k greater than 4, root locus trespasses onto the right hand side of the S-plane. For closed loop control system to be stable, correct? Choose the values of k so that the root locus is confined to the left hand side of the S-plane. For k between 0 and 4, root locus is confined to the left hand side of the S-plane. Since there is a range on k for stability, the system is called conditionally stable system. Conditionally stable system. What this root locus means? This root locus means for any value of k, there has to be one real root which can lie between s is equal to 0 and s equal to minus infinity. And there will be two roots, correct? They will be complex and each one of them will be lying on these two branches of the root locus. Okay, that's what it means. One problem I will give you homework. This you have to work it out. The problem is g of s h of s is equal to k into s plus 2 into s plus 1 divided by s into s minus 1. Sketch the complete root locus and show that a part of the root locus is a circle. Briefly I discuss this problem. All these salient calculations you have to do on your own. I will show you how the root locus looks like. These are the poles and zeros. Where poles are there, you write k equal to 0. Where zeros are there, you write k equal to infinity. This is the real axis locus on the right side. This is the real axis locus on the left side. Since number of finite poles is equal to number of finite zeros, correct? There will be no asymptotes. These two poles move towards each other, meet at a point called as breakaway point. That breakaway point is 0.366. The breakaway point is, s is equal to 0.366. Value of k at this breakaway point is 0.0718. 0.0718. These two poles will bend towards these two zeros to catch them. This is how they bend. Let us assume that this pole comes and meets this zero. This pole, let us assume, comes and meets this zero. Then the other pole has to meet this zero. Here also you have got a breakaway point. This breakaway point is s is equal to, minus 1.366. Value of k here is, 13.928. Please note, here the root locus is leaving the real axis. There the value of k is 0.018. Here the root locus is entering the real axis. Here the value of k is 13.928. Where it enters, the value of k will be higher than where it leaves. See, normally some people call this as break-in point because the root locus is breaking into the real axis. So this could be called break-in point. Here the root locus is breaking away from real axis, therefore this is called break away point. This you calculate. These are the intersection points. The intersection points are j by root 2. This is minus j by root 2. These are the intersection points, and the value of k is 1 by 3 at these intersection points. So for closed loop stability, please watch. For closed loop control system to be stable, k should be greater than 1 by 3. For k equal to 0 to k equal to 1 by 3, root locus is on the right hand side of the S-plane. These values of k must be avoided. Therefore, for closed loop control system to be stable, k should be greater than 1 by root 3. Equation of the circle is sigma plus half whole square plus omega square is equal to root 3 by 2 whole square. Show that it's a circle by putting s is equal to sigma plus j omega in g of s, h of s, and equate the angle to 180. I have done that in one of the problems. Please go through. What I mean is angle of GH of sigma plus j omega must be equated to 180 degrees. Then you have to use the formula tan inverse x plus tan inverse y is equal to tan inverse of x plus y by 1 minus xy, and simplify. You will get this equation. I have done this in one of the problems. Please do it. Thank you.